Hey everyone, Maximus here with the Ohio Haunters Association, and I have a wonderful guest here today, Paul Lanner from Haunters Against Hate. Paul, how are you this evening?
I am doing quite well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to talk to you because I wanted to give Ohio a better look into what it is that you and your organization does, what you have coming up, and a lot of great things about it. So, for those who may not be familiar yet, tell them about Haunters Against Hate. You know, what's the organization about? What do you do?
Hunters Against Hate is an official 501c3 corporation that, with funds that are raised from t-shirt sales, from Book of Haunters, from Hunters Against Hate nights that I go to at haunts, all the funds, all the profits are donated to various LGBT youth organizations across the United States. That's what Hunters Against Hate is about. It's fighting hate. It's helping these kids that need it the most, offering support whenever I can. I've gotten emails from kids whose parents are haunters, that have been very enthusiastic and felt like they were part of the family now. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So raising money for these different charities and for the goal of, helping out these, kids that will identify in the LGBTQIA plus realm. So what are some ways that you go about raising those funds?
Well, I'll go to some place like, say, Trans World Haunt Shows where I'll have my booth. I have various T-shirts that I will sell. I do raffles. I do fundraisers. I have an online store where you can buy the shirts. I have patches. I have pins. And then I have a series of the Book of Haunters where so it's all this merchandise and people who want to make donations as well. Now that it's 501c3.
Nice. So, the Book of Haunters, you got to tell people about that.
It's a series of coffee table books that haunters send in pictures. They submit pictures, and if they're accepted, then they get a questionnaire and they write their stories about what haunt they work at, how long they've been there, why they became a haunter, and why they support Hunters Against Hate. And it's a coffee table book. And they varied. Volume 6 was about female haunters. Volume 5 was about LGBTQIA haunters. Volume 4 was Black and Latino and people of color haunters. So it varies from book to book. The one coming out probably next week is I called it Volume 8-Bit because it's focusing on people who, bit by bit, put together the entire haunt. So I'm featuring people behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. So not only the haunters, but the managers, the makeup artists, the owners, and stuff like that, or people like that as well.
That's wonderful. Because I work behind the scenes in my haunt, and I think those are people that are oftentimes unsung heroes. So, do you think that you're going to have more volumes coming out in the future? I'm saying that because if there's a haunter out there who would maybe want to partake in a future volume, is there plans for that?
Oh, yes. I've already had people asking me about Volume 9. I'm like, can I get Volume 8 out first? Okay. I just finished it. Give me at least 5 or 6 months before I start taking submissions for the next one. I'm not sure if there's going to be a theme to Volume 9 yet. If it's going, people have asked about doing female haunters again. So I'm thinking about doing, Attack of the 50-Foot Women Haunters or something like that. Because that volume was the fastest selling volume out of all of them. And it was the one that filled up the fastest.
Well, I think so. Haunters out there, if this is something you might want to be a part of, reach out to Paul and, see if you make it into one of the Book of Haunters.
I will make an announcement. Usually what I do is I'll make an announcement on the Facebook page, on Instagram, saying submissions are now open for the newest volume, and I'll show them what the cover, potentially will look like, and where to send their pictures to and everything. The big thing, and I reiterate this every year, and I get it that a lot of people don't understand printing and stuff, but they must be high resolution photos. A lot of times I'll get Facebook 72 dpi photos, and as much as I would love to have these haunters in the book, I'm like, I can't use this photo for print. So that's the key thing.
And I totally get that. I'm just not that smart with a camera. But all of you out there, I'm sure there's a lot of you that can figure that out where I fail. So so you're going to be showing at a show coming up here soon, maybe in Chicagoland?
I will be in Chicagoland. I will be at Midwest Haunters Convention. This will be my second time at MHC. Last year, I was slated to go, and I had to back out at the last minute due to work situation, which was unfortunate. But I am definitely going to be there this year. I'm very excited about it.
So at MHC, you're going to have a booth. You're going to be selling shirts.
I will have the shirts. I'll have the pins. I'll have the patches, and I will have the brand new Volume 8 there as well.
Fantastic. And again, these are things that get sold, and in order to raise the funds that end up being donated to LGBTQIA plus causes all over the country, isn't it? Like you're not just any specific region. You kind of hit all over, right?
I've gone from Alaska all the way to Virginia. I've run the gamut, and for Volume 8, the profits from that book are being donated to Dreams of Hope, which is located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which helps LGBTQIA students who are going into theatrical arts. And the reason I chose that is because a lot of actors from George Romero films that are based out of Pittsburgh have been big supporters of Haunters Against Hate, so I want to donate to something in their region.
That's fantastic. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Anything touching Ohio?
For donation wise?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm as Ohio Hunters Association,
I would just need to do some research and see where good, or if I could get a suggestion from someone out of Ohio, if they could recommend an LGBT youth group. I would definitely look into that, because that's one of the ways that I find out about these organizations around the country is I will get the suggestions, and I'll reach out to them and find out more information.
So those of you in Ohio, you heard it. He's open to suggestions. So if you know of an organization that helps with the cause, reach out, suggest.
Absolutely.
See if something works out there. So you're going to be at MHC. And then when we get into somewhere deeper into summer, I think you might have your own event, I'm told.
Yes, you are correct.
Tell us about it.
Haunters Against Hate, the event 2, the sequel.
Yes.
It'll be happening not in Louisville this year, but in Lexington. I wanted to have it this time in my hometown because I want to be able to, support the businesses in my hometown as well. So when people who come to the convention, if they want to go out to eat, if they want to, hotels and stuff like that, the revenue comes to Lexington this time. That was important to me.
Well, I had a great time in Louisville last year, and I'm excited to check out Lexington this year. So the event, the sequel, what are things that people can look forward to? What are we going to be? What are things that we're going to be able to see?
Well, last year I had Laurie Cardill for one day, who was the lead in George Romero's Day of the Dead. And I also had Ricky Vitas, who was on Sci-Fi's Face Off as one of the makeup artists. This year I have 10 celebrities coming to the event. So
10.
10.
Wow.
Laurie Cardill is coming back because she is one of the biggest supporters of Haunters Against Hate, and she won the Legacy Award, the first Legacy Award for Haunters Against Hate. She reached out to her friends and her co-stars from the movie Day of the Dead. So I have 3 other actors from that movie coming: Jarlath Conroy, John Amplis, and Tassos Stavrakis. So the 4 of them are coming to the event. I have the original Barbara and Johnny, who were Russ Striner and Judith O'Day from the original Night of the Living Dead, coming. They've never been together at a convention in Kentucky ever. This is their first time, which is pretty amazing.
First time ever at Haunters Against Hate, the event too.
Yes. Ricky Vitas is coming back because he is getting the Legacy Award for 2022, along with Brandon Crane is getting the Legacy Award. Brandon Crane played young Ben in the original miniseries of Stephen King's It. So he will be there. I have Mark Patton coming, who is an LGBTQ actor. Documentary Scream Queen was about his experience and what he went through when he was the lead in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. So he will be there. And finally, Miko Hughes, who played the little Gage in the original Pet Sematary. So it's going to be a nice little eclectic mix going on there.
I mean, going from, you said one celebrity in 2021, and now 10.
Yes.
You've got quite the lineup there.
And the wonderful thing about this is so many of them are coming because they want to show their support for Hunters Against Hate, which is wonderful. Fantastic.
That is wonderful. I think that's amazing. So a big celebrity lineup for your event down in Lexington. Did you say the dates already?
July 8th through the 10th.
Well, it doesn't hurt to say it again, does it? July 8th through the 10th.
Through the 10th.
That's fantastic.
Also once again, having a makeup competition. Last year, it was create your own version of Cruella de Vil, and this year it's going to be create your own version of The Nun, which we'll see how many people have bad habits. We're having a cosplay competition again. I'm having the drag shows come back, which were big hit last year. And of course, the Hunters Against Hate Awards show again as well. So I'm having, aside from the 2 Legacy Awards, it's going to be the Haunter of the Year Award, which is going to a 14-year-old boy, young man from Illinois, who from the ages of 8 to 12 created his own little home haunt and raised $20,000 for charity. And for that alone, I believe he deserves Haunter of the Year for that.
How old again?
He's now 14. Yes.
A 12-year-old raised $20,000?
Yes, in that 4-year span.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Yes, it's amazing.
And that's the amazing thing about your organization is that you take a group like Haunters, and I think you bring light to like a lot of amazing things that Haunters can do. Like, people that work in the haunt industry supporting LGBTQIA plus, and the home haunts that do amazing things and everything. Like, Haunters are really amazing people. Yes, absolutely. And bringing them together for such a great cause for another group of amazing people, which oftentimes overlap, I think is fantastic. And that's why I think you receiving your award at the Trans World was definitely well earned and deserved. So congratulations to you. The specific, I'm a terrible interviewer. The award was called
the Oscar.
The Oscar at Trans World, and I was very happy to hear about you receiving that. So congratulations to you for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So at your event, there's going to be an award show. There's going to be a drag show. There's going to be costumes contest, vendors.
There's even going to be baby goats this year.
Huh?
Yes. One of the vendors, Butterfly Valley Rescue Sanctuary, who I met at a haunt, of all places, American Horrorplex last year, who bring their goats and baby pigs. They are going to be at my event.
Yeah. Oh, wait. They were. That might have been then. That was. I went to the American Horrorplex Industry Night, and there were goats at the end. Was that them?
Yes.
Oh, they were so cute. They were such cute goats.
They will be at my event as well.
Look, the baby goats alone are worth it. It's all worth it. It's all amazing, but baby goats.
Let me tell you about the baby goats. I've had more interest in people seeing the baby goats than anything. I'm actually going to reprint my Black Phillip Hunters Against Hate shirts because of it.
It seems to me you should just sell baby goat themed Hunters Against Hate shirts.
Well, I've actually considered doing a separate ticket in the morning and having what I would call goat mimosas with the baby goats, where you can get a mimosa and hang out with the baby goats before the event opens.
I mean, creative ways of raising those funds for your cause. Go for it. Do it. Mimosas and goats.
That ticket, I think, I feel strongly that ticket should, the funds raised for that should go to the butterfly sanctuary because they're, to help take care of their animals. I think that's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great work that they do as well.
Yes.
I mean, because I remember there was a 3-legged goat.
Yes, there is.
When I saw that. And, but, they're taking care of it, and that goat's going to have a happy life with them. And
yes, indeed. So, not bad at all.
So
anytime.
I can't do that. We got you're throwing a lot of left hooks at me because you threw me off with the baby goats, but I love it though. I do.
I'm having last check. I have 45 vendors. It's not as big a vendor hall this year because I wanted a little smaller. I want all the vendors to be appreciated, each and every one. I always feel if you have too many vendors, people get confused. They don't know where to shop. They don't know where to go. So I want to give them a smaller option so everyone can benefit from it. That's important to me.
Which is fine because there's going to be plenty to do anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
And we didn't even mention the workshops. I believe that you have some that will be...
Geek Wellness is having a workshop about mental health in the industry. There's going to be an learning improv with haunting in the industry. Makeup tips and airbrushing tips. And this year I'm also having a workshop about paranormal investigations hosted by Blood Moon Paranormal, which should be really interesting.
So there's education, there's vendors, there's performances, there's awards, there's costuming,
and goats.
And baby goats. So
yes, goats.
So Hunters Against Hate, the event 2, July 8th through 10th.
Correct.
I had that right. Is the show floor open on the 8th?
Yes, it opens Friday on the 8th at 3 p.m., 2 p.m. for Friday. So 3 to 8. Saturday will be 10 to 6 with the award show happening after that. And we're still working out details, but it looks like Wicked World Scaregrounds here in Lexington will be having an after-event party at their haunt.
Oh, I've always wanted to see Wicked World. I've never gotten the chance yet, so that would be fantastic.
Yes. And then Sunday will be 10 to 2, I believe.
Okay. Well, you have a whole slew of haunts that I've noticed that are officially members of Hunters Against Hate for the 2022 year.
Correct.
So, how does one become a member of Hunters Against Hate?
The way I started it this year is if you make a donation of $150 on the website, you will get an official 2022 membership where you will get a PNG or any type of file you request for your social media showing that you're a member of Hunters Against Hate with the HAH logo. And your logo will appear on the website with a link to your website so people can link and find out information about your company, your haunt, whatever. It's not, I'm not limiting it as just a haunt. I've had, a makeup company reach out now that they wanted to be a member. Lori Cardill, the actress, wanted to be a member, so she's now. So, and I did that because with traveling more and more now, that helps with the expenses of keeping Hunters Against Hate running. And it's for a good cause. It really is. And it spreads the word more and more. And it allows me to go to more conventions across the United States now and spread the word and get it out further and further. So, for example, this year I'm going 1 week after my event to Texas to go to the Texas Hunters Convention, which I never would have done. So,
it costs to go places, and there's a lot of upfront costs for a lot of things, especially with your event. So, that's fantastic. But I've been asked several times about how does an organization or a haunt become a member of Hunters Against Hate. And so if they do the donation, they will be posted on the website. They will be linked on the website to their website, and they can officially show on their website that they are a member of Hunters Against Hate.
They'll get the official logo, and it's tax deductible.
Nice. So, anybody out there looking to be a part of this great cause, where they would go to the website, huntersagainst.hate.com?
Right. And on the main page, the launch page, you'll see a circle, and it says, make a tax-free, tax-deductible donation. You click on that, and that will take you to the donation page. And when you make the $150 donation, I will get the email, and then I will send an email back to you requesting your logo in PNG format, preferably. I mean, I can work with any format. Doesn't matter. So, and then I will link it up immediately to the website and send you the logo in either or both black or in white. So it's all according to the color background you have. It doesn't matter. You can, if you have a dark background, you can just white type, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Well, I hope that people, if you want your haunt to be, or your organization, or you yourself as an individual want to be a part of this, I have my own logo, so I might need to do this myself. Actually, I may have just made a pledge and it's recorded. So
I just got a sponsorship or a membership today from a place in Texas that does beard oils. So
really.
They're LGBTQ and they wanted to be part of Hunters Against Hate.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
I really hope people hear this and want to become a member for the 2022 season. Help the organization continue to spread the word, because you and I talked a little bit off the air, and it sounds like more great things are coming, and the scope that this organization is reaching is going farther and farther. So. I'm very happy for you, and it sounds like it's going to be a pretty awesome ride, and I encourage everybody to check out the event in July, check out the website, and consider being a part of this movement.
It's going to be definitely a crazy summer. I mean, after I'm going to Knoxville this weekend, and 2 weeks after that it's Raleigh, North Carolina, then it's Chicago, Texas, my event. I'm going to a haunt convention, the first one ever, and it's located in Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely bouncing around quite a bit. I've been invited to Fear Factory SLC in Salt Lake City, invited me out for their haunt season. We'll see about that. And I've been invited to Germany. So,
Germany.
Movie Park, Germany. So we will see. I have a lot of haunters from that particular park that are in my book of haunters. Very many of the volumes, and I've become very close with a lot of them, to the point where last year I created a Haunters Against Hate shirt dedicated to the German haunters, because one of their I wouldn't say employee, but say like a reviewer goes to, not even a reviewer, a theme park person who is very involved with them and goes to other theme parks. When someone who attends their event found out that he was gay, started writing a lot of hate speech against them. And all these haunters banded behind him, and I did too, and created a T-shirt for him and sent it all to the haunters in Germany. So I have a very close bond with them.
I have very strong family ties to Deutschland, and so I appreciate that your reach is going there, and who knows where it's going to go from there. It just keeps spreading. So
exactly, I have a haunter that's from Australia in one of my books. I have a haunter from the UK in my book. So it's just, you never know. I met 2 haunters. They were twin brothers at Transworld from, I want to say, the Netherlands. So wow. Who knows what will become of that? Yeah.
I mean, any person that you meet, is a chance for networking. And really, that's kind of the point of these events. Whether it be MHC or Hunters Against Hate, the event, you go, you meet people, you network, and when you network, a lot of opportunities just seem to come to you. I mean, like when I first went to MHC years ago, I started meeting people, and then I start seeing them again at more and more events, and that's just kind of how it goes. So, these things just kind of snowball, and so like when I say that it's going to be a crazy ride in everything that you're doing and everywhere you're going, I truly mean it. But I do believe that the organization has a chance to be pretty impactful in Ohio as well. So again, Ohio honors. Find something here in Ohio, because I think that this is an amazing resource that we can actually get something to have an impact here in our home. And I admit that my knowledge of these kind of the organizations towards these causes, I'm not very knowledgeable about these organizations in Ohio. So those of you in Ohio, if you know better than I, please speak up and inform. And so I would really like for that to happen.
And I will make it happen. I will.
Yes, you will. You do anything. You do a lot.
Networking. That's the other thing about my event is I tell people who have been in my books to come when they come to my event to bring their books, and I want to have it where it's almost like people's yearbooks, and everyone last year people were autographing each other's books like yearbooks, and that's what it's about. It showed this camaraderie and this this family of Book of Haunters, and they got special prizes for being in the Book of Haunters and stuff like that. So it's a family. It's like you're an alumni.
Yes, there's so much there. So again, Haunters Against Hate, amazing organization. The event is going to be an amazing event, and the memberships is a fantastic opportunity. Don't forget the tax deductible part.
That's important, I think. Yes, and it's beneficial. So why not?
Exactly.
It's very, very hard to get it to a 501c3 corporation to benefit people and have tax deductible, donations come in, and people take advantage of that as well. It's
absolutely. So what's where's all the online presence? Where can people keep following Haunters Against Hate and your journey, whether it be the event or anything? Where do they find it all?
Well, Facebook is Haunters Against Hate, of course. That's up to 15,500 followers now, which is pretty incredible. I'm thrilled by that. So that's the main focal points. But I'm also on Instagram, Haunters Against Hate, also on Twitter. And then I have the two websites, hauntersagainst.hate.com, which shows the members, shows the LGBT organizations I've donated to, the history of Haunters Against Hate, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's HAHtheevent.com, which is the website dedicated to the convention/event, where you can find out information, get your tickets for the event, which you want to do before the event. Because if you buy them at the event, they're going to be more expensive. So buy them before the event, sooner than later, so you save money.
Yes, early bird pricing. Get in there and get your tickets now, because it's going to be expensive later.
Vendor booths are sold out, which is wonderful. So there's actually a waiting list. And you can also link up to if you want to get a hotel room, because I have a block of rooms set up with the hotel for, I believe it's $109 a night at the Haunters Against Hate rate.
Nice. And that's on the website as well?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. So check out all the websites and check out the page. Follow this organization's journey, because Paul, if you and I speak again in a year, I feel like the journey's going to keep going farther. So I just really appreciate you speaking with me. So I'll give you last word to close us out here.
Well, Haunters Against Hate is just about everyone accepting everyone and being welcoming people regardless of who you are and wanting to make you feel like family. It's showing that we are inclusive and never feel threatened by us, and we want you to be part of us. That's what it's about.
Love it. Paul, thank you so much for speaking with me today. And I wish you all the success in your endeavors, and a lot of success to the event, because it's going to be awesome. And please introduce the small one behind you.
Yeah, I just noticed. That is Gomez.
Hi, Gomez!
That is Gomez, my 13-year-old Dachshund Corgi mix.
Oh,
Yes.
Gomez.
Who lay on the Lori Cardill banner for my event. So,
Well, Paul Gomez, have an amazing night.
thank you. You take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye.